Rooted and relevant. And I enjoyed a couple of days of playing golf with my boys and supporting Camp Kobiak and their fall fundraiser. We're so thankful for the expansion of that camp and what Birdies for Base Camp and how the junior department and junior camp has expanded and continues to expand, the number of campers that continue to be impacted through the ministry of Camp Kobiak. And so, what a wonderful couple of days to be away, but I'm glad to be back with you. We're in Ecclesiastes chapter 5, and verse number 10 says, "He that loveth silver shall not be satisfied with silver, nor he that loveth abundance with increase. This is also vanity. When goods increase, they are increased that eat them. And what good is there to the owners thereof, saving the beholding of them with their eyes? The sleep of a laboring man is sweet, whether he eat little or much, but the abundance of the rich will not suffer him to sleep." In other words, God is saying the truth about stuff is that it's just stuff. It's all going to burn up. It's all going to go away. And the things that we bring into this life is the same things that we're going to have when we leave. He quotes another verse that we're familiar with in verse number 15. "And he came forth of his mother's womb naked, and shall he return the same, shall return to go as he came, and shall take nothing of his labor which he may carry out in his hand." In other words, the stuff that we accumulate in this life is just for here. Now, Solomon is going to go on to say that it is kind of one of those things that takes the pressure off. It helps to balance the difficulties of life in the sense that God has given us the opportunity to labor and to be able to purchase things, to be able to enjoy things, to be able to pursue after certain things that we're passionate about, to be able, maybe you love to travel, maybe you love to do certain hobbies, maybe you love to collect certain things. And Solomon's going to go on to say these things help us to deal with the difficulties of life and to give us some joy and to give us some sense of excitement. And certainly there is so much in life that we're able to get excited about. Life is a wonderful thing. You'll meet few people that enjoy life as much as I do. But Solomon is warning us that if you love money, it will not satisfy. He that loveth silver, silver will not satisfy. And so we have to keep these things in their proper place. We have to steward them wisely. And so Solomon reminds us at the very end, he says, "Behold, that which I have seen, it is good and comely or beautiful for one to eat and to drink and to enjoy the good of all of his labor and to take under the sun all the days of his life, which God giveth him, for it is his portion." In other words, Solomon is saying, there is purpose in being able to work hard so that you can enjoy some things that someone else who doesn't want to work that hard isn't going to be able to enjoy. The problem with socialism is that it wants an equality where the people who work hard do not get any further ahead or enjoy any benefit than the one who is lazy, the one who doesn't want to risk anything, the one who doesn't want to put in the extra hours. And this is not what God designed. And Solomon is careful to say, if you want to be able to enjoy more stuff, you have to be able to work, because the one who works hard is going to be able to enjoy sleep. But if you're just working to accumulate and you're wanting to get more and more because you love you love stuff rather than loving the process or the program that God has put in place, where you're honoring God's program with the reward of labor, but you're just laboring so that you can heap more greed upon yourself, it won't work. it actually ends up very empty. It's an empty pursuit. And what happens is everyone else is wanting it, everyone else is after it, and you become anxious and sleepless in your pursuit to how do you keep it? How do you hang on to it? And so he says, it is a beautiful thing to be able to look at the reward of your labor. There is a satisfaction that comes from working hard so that you can do some things for your family, to be able to experience some things for yourself. But then he says in verse number 19, every man also to whom God hath given riches and wealth, and hath given him power to eat thereof, and to take the portion, and to rejoice in his labor. This is a gift of God. We need to make sure that we never lose sight of the things that we're able to purchase and the things that we're able to do are gifts of God's grace. This is not because we're so brilliant. It's not because we're so smart. It's not because we're so diligent. It's never going to be about us. And so let's not steal the glory from God. He says, if you work hard and God graciously allows you the strength to do it, the opportunities to do it, and you're able to accumulate some things and enjoy some things, you better see them as a gift from God and be thankful. In verse number 20 says, for he shall not much remember the days of his life, because God answereth him in the joy of his heart. We need to remember this is all temporary, but what we're experiencing is the grace of God in so many different ways. And so if you're able to purchase some things, acquire some things, to be able to experience some things, let's make sure God is glorified and not lifting ourselves up to be glorified in his place. That will end up empty. But when you have a proper perspective of labor and the benefit of laboring hard and laboring long, then that is something you should give God glory for, that you were able to experience this part of his program. And so the truth about stuff, well, it's just stuff and it's all going away. But God says if you work hard, you'll be able to have and experience some things others who are not willing to work that hard will never be able to have or experience. God bless you. I hope you have a great day. Look forward to seeing you again tomorrow.